welcome back to my channel. My name is Primrose, and what I wanted to talk about today was something that I've kind of wanted to just discuss on camera for a while, and that's, am I still a Wiccan? Do I still follow the solitary eclectic path? And in answer to am I a Wiccan, short answer is yes, I am, but there has been changes. So I'm going to take you right back to the beginning. I've basically been a solitary eclectic Wiccan for like over 8 years now. It's probably 9 or 10 years now, and I've been completely comfortable in my practice and following that path. It felt right, it felt like it fitted me, and things were great, and that was kind of it. And I just assumed that, you know, I'd be on this path, this journey, and this within this shell for forever, basically. And I think things started to change for me when I actually moved out and all these other life things were thrown at me. So if you follow my YouTube journey, if you watch some of my vlogs, you'll pretty much know the journey of me, you know, moving into this rental. And at the same sort of time was when COVID was around or first hit, and I lost my granddad, and it was all just very overwhelming. And moving into a new space, it was very hard for me, especially because it's a rental. I can't change this space to really fit who I am. So bringing myself, my personality and my belief system into a new space was quite difficult. And I was, you know, from losing my granddad, I was quite maybe depressed. You know, it affected me in quite a hard way. So being able to feel like I can practice was one thing. I just couldn't face it. I'm sorry if the angle's changed. My camera battery died and I had to charge it, and I've kind of had to try and remember how the angle was. So this is where we are right now. So back to what I was saying, I was struggling quite badly with depression, I think, and obviously when you feel like that, you're not in any sort of mind to practice, you know, anything, you know, even tarot, you know, it's not great to practice when you're feeling like that, because you're not gonna be able to connect with, you know, that third eye, you know, your inner self and, you know, your intuition. It's just going to be hazed by all that emotion and darkness that you're feeling. So that was one contributing factor, and then a whole other load of things came with moving out. So for the first time in my life, I was responsible for myself. I have always lived at home with my parents. I never really had to do anything for myself, and I can admit that, I can say that, and I'm not saying it's right, but it's how my life was. And then coming here, I had to be the one taking care of the home, so cleaning and doing the washing. And I'm not the best cook, but you know, I had to try, and then going to work. And there's a lot of things when moving out into the adult world without your parents that you don't necessarily think of or think that you'll have to do. So it didn't occur to me, okay, how much time this stuff actually takes. And it takes a portion out of your day, and it takes energy, and it just takes a lot, and it makes you appreciate your parents and what they do for you even more. And then obviously, because we moved into the rental, I haven't felt like this is my space. I can't change it how I'd like to. I've set my altar up and it looks nice, but it doesn't feel right. And basically it's led to me not actually doing witchcraft for an entire year. And I know that seems very, very extreme, and it is extreme when you think about it, but that's because of everything that's been going on in my life, and I'm not going to make excuses for it. But these things have impacted me in not being able to feel like I can do that. And that's a hard thing to come to terms with. So when I realised, oh my goodness, I've not actually practiced for an entire year, like, is this something that I still want to carry on with? You know, I felt like no drive to actually do something. I've done, you know, the occasional ritual, and, you know, it's not been anything extreme, and it's just been like a tough pill to swallow. Do you know what I mean? Like, okay, I haven't done this and I haven't felt like I wanted to do this. Is this something that I actually want to pursue in my life? Because the thing about me was I felt so achieved and I felt so enthusiastic that I'd actually found a religion of my own. It wasn't influenced by anybody else in my life, and it was something that I found for myself, and it was different, and I was excited about it, and I actually felt like, yeah, this is the right path for me, because I believe all these things, I connect with all these things. And in not practicing for a year, it doesn't make me feel like I less believe in those things, but it does in the same way that I haven't been expressing myself through those. So it fizzles out. And like I said, when I come to this realization, I was a bit like, okay, what the fuck? Like, I already have this massive thing with my identity. You guys are probably aware of that because I've spoke about this a couple of times before. And it made it 10 times worse. I was like, who am I? Literally. And that all tied in with how I've presented myself on Instagram, how I've presented myself here on YouTube. Wicca was it was a massive part of who I am, and it became a massive part of who I am because I loved it so much. And then all these other things started to worm their way in, and it relates back to my last video, how I was talking about I've got, you know, such and such interests, and, you know, I think I might have some sort of personality disorder because I find it hard to stay on one track, one road, and Wicca was probably the only consistent thing that I'd stuck to in my life. And to feel like you're losing that because you're just not that bothered anymore is so tough. But I thought about it. I realized, look, if your beliefs are changing, that is okay. That is who we are as people. That is who we are as humans. You're allowed to change your belief system, and you're allowed to move through belief systems because that is growth at the end of the day. And that is, you know, that is the whole human experience. You go through these experiences to learn and to grow and to develop your mind and to, you know, create a belief system for yourself that makes you a whole and complete person. So, okay, it's fine. If I don't believe in this anymore, that's fine. But what is it that I actually believe? And what is it that I actually find interesting as part of my belief system? Okay, so mentally I have this list of things that I actually enjoy about my belief system and things that I do believe within the system. Certain things stood out for me. So I'm really into sort of my kitchen witchery. I'm really into my crafting. I'm really into sort of taking care of a home and making a home warm, inviting. I've always had this idea of when I have my own home, which should be freaking soon, I want it to be a place where I want it to be a safe space for people. I want it to be a place where people can come. They don't have to feel obligated to chat, to, you know, to engage in anything. They don't have to feel the pressure of, okay, I'm here, we have to do something that you want to do, or we have to do what I want to do, or we have to, you know, have this set plan. You don't have to do that. If you want to come and chill out, if you want to come and read or draw or just have a safe space, this is the kind of environment I want to curate. So, okay, what is that? What is that person that I'm looking for? You know, I look more into obviously the Wicca community, the types of witches that were out there, because I went through a period as well where I was like, am I just a witch and not even a Wiccan anymore? The thought of giving up my Sabbats, giving up the god and the goddess, it just felt completely wrong because it felt like that's something I wanted to carry on with. So I was like, okay, what am I? Where do I fit in? Or, you know, what is this that I'm feeling? I come across a hedge witch. And when I first started to read about it, I did get quite confused because there seems to be two contrasting beliefs of what a hedge witch is. But as my understanding goes, one is an Americanized sort of hedge witch, one is a British sort of hedge witch. So for the American version, what I understand is they call it a hedge witch because it is somebody that jumps past the hedges, and the hedges are a representation for the two worlds. So it's someone that jumps across different spiritual planes, if that makes sense, to connect with those that may have passed, or, you know, connect heavily with spirit guides and the psychic intuition and do a lot of psychic based work. Whereas from what I understand of a British hedge witch is, so I don't know if you've ever seen the British countryside, all of the farmers' fields are separated by hedgerows, and this was so that farmers knew which piece of land was theirs. And a hedge witch is somebody that used to live on the edge of villages beyond the hedge, and they would be a healer, someone that provided remedies, somebody that would be the witch for that village. And upon reading this, it completely fit with who I felt like I needed to be. I love my garden. I love the thought of healing and natural remedies. I love healing through foods and herbs and teas. Oh my god, I love my teas. You should see the amount of teas I got for Christmas. It's fantastic. And all these different things and crafting things for the home. It just felt like, yeah, this is who I am. I'm not losing my belief. I'm moving through my belief. I'm sort of niching down within my belief, if you know what I mean. So obviously, if you're not too sure what a solitary eclectic Wiccan is, I've got a whole video on that, so you can watch that whichever side it pops up. But basically, because of the eclectic part, it takes bits and pieces from different parts of Wicca and different subcategories of Wicca and brings them into their beliefs. Whereas I feel like now I've got like tunnel vision, I've got horse blinkers on, and I'm like, okay, I really, really love this part of it, and this is what I believe. So I think I'm actually a hedge witch now. So yeah, it's so bizarre to me because I've never even considered that moving through a religion or moving out of who I was a possibility, and now it is. Something that's really helping me on my journey through this is this book called Hedge Witch by Ray Beth, and something that I didn't know when I first bought this book is it's not written as a guide, it's not written as a book, it's a series of letters that she wrote to people that she was training, and it goes through everything. And at the moment I'm touching on the Wiccan Sabbats, and this is something that I already have knowledge of, but I want to read it to get the full accumulation of, okay, this is what a hedge witch is about. It strongly still relates to the path that I'm so familiar with and still believe in, but there are different practices, different ways of doing things, different rituals, and I'm so excited to get through this book and hopefully it guides me on my journey. But yeah, I just wanted to catch you guys up on this is where I am. I don't think I'm a solitary eclectic Wiccan anymore. I think I'm a hedge witch. And I'm extremely new to this, so if you have any tips or any guidance or any references for me, I'd really appreciate if you could leave those down below, because I'm still learning, and I think that's one of the most exciting parts for me, is that I love to learn. And the most exciting part for the whole Wicca experience for me was when I started was I get to learn, I get to do all this new stuff, and I get to learn about what it is to be a Wiccan and how to do things. And it's rejuvenated that for me. It's given me all that back, and I'm like, yeah, I'm excited to do all these new things, and okay, this is what I need to do for this, and it's a lot of trial and error. Does this work? Doesn't this work? And yeah, I'm just really, really excited. I feel like this is the right path for me. I think going forward, when our house comes through, I get to make that space my own, and I am so excited for it. I think that's really going to play into my belief system, and I'm really going to get to express myself in that way. We've got a conservatory in our house. I don't know if I've mentioned this before, and it's going to be a no phone zone. It's going to be so chill. We're going to have loads of plants, salt lamp, incense. I'm going to have my altar in there, and I'm just so excited for it to be so connected with the outside and my home. I'm so thrilled. Yeah, I just wanted to catch you guys up on where I was at. I don't think that's going to mean any changes in terms of my content, because the core is still Wicca. It's just my belief system is a little bit more catered to the home and the garden, which I think is pretty cool, right? I don't know. I'm really enjoying it so far anyway. So yeah, this is where we are. In terms of my YouTube channel and the content, I do want to focus a lot more on my Wicca stuff. So if you enjoy Wicca, if you enjoy my sparkling personality, then please do give me a massive thumbs up and subscribe. Come and join our little coven community. It's a lot of my life. It's a lot of Wicca. It's a lot of cooking and clothes, fashion, travel, just life, just experiencing life to the fullest and making the most of your life. So, if that's a bit of you, then come and join us. And yeah, I think I'm done here. So thanks for watching, and I look forward to seeing you guys next time. Bye!